A loose neutral in an electrical panel can indeed cause flickering lights and appliances to short out. When a neutral connection becomes loose, it disrupts the flow of electricity, leading to voltage fluctuations. These fluctuations can manifest as flickering lights, where the brightness varies unpredictably. Furthermore, the unstable voltage can damage appliances, potentially causing them to short-circuit. A short circuit occurs when electricity bypasses the intended path and takes an unintended route, often resulting in excessive current flow and heat. This can damage the appliance and pose a fire hazard. For comprehensive information on this topic, you can consult several reliable sources. Firstly, the Electrical Safety Foundation International, known as ESFI, offers a wealth of resources on electrical safety, including information on the dangers of loose neutral connections. Secondly, the National Fire Protection Association, known as NFPA, provides standards and educational materials related to fire and electrical safety. Their website and publications contain valuable information on identifying and addressing electrical hazards. Thirdly, the International Association of Electrical Inspectors, known as IAEI, is an organization dedicated to promoting electrical safety through education and certification. Their resources can help you understand the technical aspects of electrical systems and identify potential problems. A loose neutral can also cause equipment such as computers, televisions, and video cassette recorders, commonly known as VCR, to quit working or even burn up. The unstable voltage caused by a loose neutral can damage sensitive electronic components within these devices. Computers, in particular, are vulnerable to voltage fluctuations which can corrupt data and damage internal circuitry. Televisions and VCR can also suffer damage to their power supplies and other components due to voltage surges. In severe cases, the excessive voltage can lead to overheating and even fire. In addition to flickering and appliance damage, a loose neutral can also cause lights to blow out prematurely. The voltage surges resulting from a loose neutral can subject light bulbs to excessive electrical stress, causing them to overheat and burn out quickly. This can be a frustrating and costly problem, as you may find yourself frequently replacing light bulbs. To understand the technical reasons behind these issues, it's helpful to understand how a neutral connection works in an electrical system. In a typical 120-volt circuit, electricity flows from the power source through the hot wire to the appliance or light, and then returns to the power source through the neutral wire. The neutral wire is typically grounded, meaning it is connected to the earth, which provides a stable reference point for the voltage. When the neutral connection is loose, it disrupts this flow of electricity, causing the voltage to fluctuate. In a 240-volt circuit, the current flows through two hot wires, each carrying 120 volts, and returns through the neutral wire. A loose neutral in a 240-volt circuit can create even more significant voltage imbalances, potentially causing more severe damage to appliances and equipment. For example, if a 240-volt appliance is connected to a circuit with a loose neutral, one side of the appliance may receive significantly more voltage than the other. This can lead to overheating, component failure, and even fire. To prevent these problems, it's essential to ensure that all electrical connections are tight and secure. This includes the neutral connection in the electrical panel, as well as all connections at outlets, switches, and appliances. If you suspect that you have a loose neutral connection, it's important to have it inspected and repaired by a qualified electrician. Do not attempt to repair a loose neutral yourself, as this can be dangerous and could result in electric shock or fire. An electrician will use specialized tools and equipment to identify and correct the problem, ensuring that your electrical system is safe and reliable. Here are some additional points to consider. Firstly, regular electrical inspections are crucial for maintaining a safe home. Schedule periodic inspections by a certified electrician to identify potential hazards before they become major problems. Secondly, pay attention to warning signs such as flickering lights, unusual odors, or appliances that are not working correctly. These could indicate an underlying electrical issue. Thirdly, if you are unsure about any aspect of your electrical system, consult with a qualified electrician. They can provide expert advice and assistance to ensure your safety. Fourthly, consider installing surge protectors to protect your electronic equipment from voltage spikes. Surge protectors can help to mitigate the damage caused by a loose neutral or other electrical problems. Fifthly, ground fault circuit interrupters, known as GFCIs, are designed to protect against electrical shock. Install GFCIs in areas where water is present, such as bathrooms and kitchens. Sixthly, arc fault circuit interrupters, known as ESFIs, are designed to protect against electrical fires. Consider installing ESFIs in your electrical panel to provide an additional layer of safety. Seventhly, use appropriately sized wiring for all electrical circuits. Overloaded circuits can overheat and cause fires. Eighthly, never overload electrical outlets or extension cords. This can also lead to overheating and fires. Ninthly, keep electrical cords in good condition. Replace any cords that are frayed or damaged. Tenthly, unplug appliances when they are not in use. This can help to save energy and reduce the risk of electrical shock or fire. If you live in Florida, the information is still relevant as electrical principles are universal. The specific regulations and codes may vary slightly depending on the local jurisdiction, but the fundamental principles of electrical safety remain the same. The information provided by ESFI, NFPA, and IAEI is applicable nationwide and can help you understand and address electrical hazards in your home or business, regardless of your location. A loose neutral wire can have a serious impact on your 120 volts and 240 volts appliances, even causing them to fail. Because the neutral wire carries current from the appliances back to the panel, a loose connection means the current flow becomes erratic. This results in voltage fluctuations in the electrical circuits. For 120 volt circuits, this means the voltage can rise above or drop below the standard 120 volts level. Appliances are designed to operate within a certain voltage range. When the voltage deviates significantly from this range, it can damage sensitive electronic components within the appliance. For example, a computer power supply is designed to regulate the incoming 120 volts to the various voltage levels required by the computer's internal components, such as 3.3 volts, 5 volts, and 12 volts. If the incoming voltage fluctuates due to a loose neutral, the power supply may not be able to maintain these stable voltage levels, potentially damaging the motherboard, processor, or other components. Similarly, televisions and VCR rely on stable voltage to operate their electronic circuits. Voltage fluctuations can cause these circuits to malfunction, resulting in picture distortion, loss of sound, or even complete failure of the device. In the case of 240 volts appliances, a loose neutral can create an imbalance in the voltage between the two hot wires. For example, instead of each hot wire carrying 120 volts, one may carry 100 volts and the other 140 volts. This imbalance can damage the appliance, especially those with electronic components. For example, an electric dryer uses a 240 volt circuit to power the heating element. If the voltage is imbalanced due to a loose neutral, the heating element may overheat and burn out prematurely. In addition to damaging appliances, a loose neutral can also pose a safety hazard. The voltage fluctuations can cause sparks and arcing at the loose connection, which can ignite nearby combustible materials and cause a fire. Furthermore, the unstable voltage can create a shock hazard if someone comes into contact with a faulty appliance or wiring. To prevent these problems, it is essential to have a qualified electrician inspect your electrical system and repair any loose neutral connections. The electrician will use specialized tools and techniques to ensure that the connections are tight and secure, and that the voltage is stable. If you suspect that you have a loose neutral, do not attempt to repair it yourself. Electrical work can be dangerous, and it is best left to a professional. Loose neutral connections often result from improper installation techniques or from normal wear and tear over time. Aluminum wiring is more prone to loosening than copper wiring due to its tendency to expand and contract with temperature changes. If you have aluminum wiring, it is especially important to have it inspected regularly by an electrician. In addition to loose neutral connections, other electrical problems can also cause voltage fluctuations and appliance damage. These include overloaded circuits, faulty wiring, and defective electrical components. Therefore, it is important to have your electrical system inspected regularly to identify and address any potential problems. By taking these precautions, you can help to protect your appliances and your home from the dangers of loose neutral connections and other electrical hazards. When the neutral wire has a loose connection, the voltage in your home will not be stable. Some outlets may have higher voltage, while others have lower voltage than the standard 120 volts. This can damage sensitive electronics like computers, TVs, and anything with a circuit board. The lights may flicker or burn out quickly. It is very dangerous, so it is important to get the electrical system checked out. A loose neutral can lead to appliances receiving too much voltage, leading to damage or reduced lifespan. The fluctuating voltage stresses electrical components, especially in sensitive electronics. This stress can cause premature failure. A loose neutral can also create a risk of electrical shock or fire. This is because the neutral wire is also connected to ground. The grounding system is intended to provide a safe path for electricity in the event of a fault. When the neutral connection is loose, it can disrupt this grounding path, making it more likely for someone to receive an electrical shock. Furthermore, the loose connection can create sparks and arcing, which can ignite nearby materials and cause a fire. Therefore, it is important to take any electrical problems seriously and seek professional help immediately. Do not attempt to diagnose or repair electrical problems yourself, as this can be dangerous. A qualified electrician has the training and experience to identify and correct electrical problems safely and effectively. The electrical codes and regulations are designed to protect people and property from electrical hazards. These codes specify the requirements for electrical installations, including wiring methods, overcurrent protection, and grounding. When performing electrical work, it is important to follow these codes to ensure safety. A qualified electrician is familiar with the local electrical codes and can ensure that all work is performed in compliance with these codes. In addition to following electrical codes, it is also important to use high-quality electrical materials. Cheap or substandard electrical materials can be unreliable and can pose a safety hazard. For example, using undersized wiring can cause overheating and fires. Using cheap electrical outlets or switches can cause arcing and electrical shock. Therefore, it is important to use only high-quality electrical materials that are approved for use in your application. By following these guidelines, you can help to ensure the safety and reliability of your electrical system. A loose neutral wire can have catastrophic consequences, potentially leading to electrical fires and significant property damage. It is paramount to address this issue promptly and with the utmost care. In addition to the resources mentioned previously, such as ESFI, NFPA, and IAEI, it is also beneficial to consult with local electrical contractors and inspectors. They possess first-hand knowledge of regional electrical codes and can provide tailored guidance specific to your location. While engaging an electrician to inspect and repair a loose neutral, ensure they are licensed and insured. This provides a layer of protection in case of any unforeseen accidents or damages during the repair process. Furthermore, do not hesitate to ask for references and review online testimonials to gauge their reputation and quality of work. Remember, electrical safety is not a matter to be taken lightly. By staying informed, proactive, and engaging qualified professionals, you can safeguard your home and loved ones from the hazards of a loose neutral connection. Be vigilant, be cautious, and prioritize electrical safety at all times.